Good morning and welcome to the Rise and Shine morning class. I'm Lily and I'm really happy that you're here today. So we're going to do a nice sequence to kind of release and reduce some back pain. I know that's a huge thing we all struggle with, way too many hours spent in the chair. So we're gonna do a very gentle sequence to reduce and relieve back tension and stiffness. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to come into Vajrasana, thunderbolt pose. It's just when you sit on your own heels. If this is awful and feels really not comfortable for you, you're welcome to take a pillow and put it underneath. That's fine. Or if you have a block, you could even be sitting on a block. So Vajrasana is a really nice pose for those that it feels comfortable, but with knee pain and foot pain, of course, things don't always feel great. So here in Vajrasana, we'll do a couple modified cat-cows by arching or bringing the chest and the belly forward. And then we're going to exhale and become that kind of Halloween cat shape where we're really curling in the spine, sucking it in, contracting the abdomen. On the exhale, puff the chest and belly out. Drop the shoulders low. It's a big dramatic arch. And then on the exhale, you're really curling in on yourself. It's the contraction of the abdomen. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Inhale, again, puff out. Drop the shoulders low. And then exhale, that nice contraction, the C shape of the body. So now drop the hands towards the mat. And from here, we're going to arch our spine again. So we're going to really puff out the chest. And again, maybe just gently here, though, we're to tilt the head back, just very minimally, getting a nice stretch. You might be able to feel it in between your scapulas. That's where I notice it the most. And then now drop your head into your hands. We're going to cradle our face. This is a really relaxing way to get some digestion stimulation, actually. It's really good for massaging the internal organs, getting some compression on the abdomen while releasing some of that lumbar pain and tension. This is a nice pose that you can hold for 10 minutes, 5 minutes. If you're reading, if you are watching a YouTube video and just want to get off the chair, off the couch, this is a good pose to be in. So from here, well, we're going to keep our head in our hands, our elbows on the mat if that feels good. If not, you're welcome to just drop your hands towards the earth or to just put them underneath your chin in a little shelf made out of the hands. We're to extend our left leg back. So we're going to have our left leg extended and that right leg is still bent pretty dramatically underneath our body. So we're still getting that compression on the belly. And then take some big inhales and exhales through the nose. Seeing if you can really think about sipping the air. Sip the air as if it was a really sweet drink. This kind of sweet, maybe a strawberry juice that you want to really luxuriate in and enjoy. Just sip the air. And when you're exhaling, exhale very, very slowly. Really, with that slow exhale, we're even reducing the speed of our heart just ever so slightly, activating the parasympathetic nervous system and relaxing. From here, slide the foot or the knee out from underneath. And so it kind of comes to the side. If you feel like you want to connect the foot to the thigh, you're welcome to do that. We're still trying to keep our head in the hands. You'll notice this is an arched back. And it feels really nice to kind of move through these different positions that are challenging the spine. And then, of course, we'll balance it with spinal relaxation. There's definitely some extension in this pose, some extension through the spine. And then lastly, release the leg all the way behind you, nice and straight, keeping the hands here, cupping the face or on the mat or underneath the chin and the shelf. I like to have it cradling though. I find that's very relaxing. My eyes can be drifting kind of sleepily closed. This is Sarva Bhujangasana. It's easy cobra pose. Many variations here, but we're just relaxing. And we'll go back the way we came, but on the opposite side. So from here, we're going to bend our left knee and have the left knee come out to the side. Maybe the foot connects with the thigh or part of the leg, or maybe not. Maybe just floats away from the body with the knee kind of bent out to the side at that right angle. Again, you should feel some more compression, maybe a little challenge in the lower back. Continue to breathe here, in and out the nose, relaxing the body, letting it sink. Can you feel how your belly, maybe your right hip, really connects to the mat? Feel that point of contact. And then we'll go ahead and usually I come up a little bit more onto my elbows so I can tuck that right or that left knee under my body. So it's again that kind of tucked position with the knee bent, putting some pressure into my belly. Feels really nice here. Great work. Connecting body and breath. Maybe you're noticing something in your hip. Maybe it's not so much the back right now that you feel something in. Maybe you're like, ooh, what's that? What am I noticing? Just pay attention and breathe into that area, sending light and love and breath, letting it expand and release knots, release the tension. And then lastly, we come back to both knees being bent underneath our body. I like my big toes to touch and my thighs to touch. And keep cradling the face and the hands. Feeling really nice. No longer any extension of the spine. Now we get this nice kind of almost fold. Flexion to relax it. And then I invite you to take your hands to the sides of your body, dropping your forehead to the mat. It's a version of baby child's pose. So just relax here. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Beautiful work. And then gently lift the body upwards. And we're going to do some Tibetan sun salutes. They're really beautiful, really simple. You're going to come up onto your knees, and I like to untuck my toes, so have my feet nice and parallel. From here, I'll inhale my hands up, straight up, and I'll gaze up on the inhale. Exhale, sweep the hands behind you, drop the forehead to the mat, interlace the hands, and launch them overhead. Really juicy work here into the scapulas. Again, we'll inhale, rise up nice and slowly. This time connect the palms and then arch back just slightly. Exhale, let the hands come behind you. Drop the forehead to the mat. Launch the hands overhead. Inhale, we rise. We'll do it just 3 more times. Arching the spine. Inhaling, exhaling, sending it all back behind you, back to the ground. And inhale, up we go. Again, let the gaze follow the hands. Let the eyes go down on the exhale, following the hands. and towards the mat. Forehead follows, and the hands launch overhead. Last time we inhale, really focus the breath and the eyes, the drishti, the gaze. Exhale, hands down to the earth, traveling behind you, interlacing. Great work. Now plant the hands on the mat. Take the knees about the distance of the hips, a nice tabletop position. And we'll extend the right leg behind us, nice and strong. And if that feels awesome and you like that, we'll take the opposite arm. So it's equal and opposite. Kind of imagine someone pulling your toes behind you, pulling your fingers in front of you. And then curl the elbow to the knee. Extend back out. Curl the elbow to the knee, crunching in. And then extend out again, really strong, stable. Last time, crunch and expand. Great work. Drop that left hand to the mat. Bend the right knee so it's facing the sky. This is a tiger leg. And from here, we're going to do just 3 challenges, some tricep type of work by taking your chin planted towards the mat, lowering the body, letting the tiger leg float up, and then come back up, curling the knee towards the chin. Then extend again, bend the knee, drop the chin to the mat, elbows hug really tight, and then push back up, curling in. It's like a tricep push-up variation. Last time, bent knee, chin drops, lift up, crunch in. Beautiful work. It's such a nice challenge. It feels so good. So we'll do the opposite side with that extension first. Left hand behind, or left leg goes behind. If that feels nice, try the right arm front. Really enjoy that extension. Then 3 crunching movements. Elbow to knee, extend, elbow to knee, extend. Last time, it's an elbow to knee. And now we'll just drop that hand to the mat, bend the back knee in a tiger leg, and then chin to mat, tiger leg over the head, crunch up, curl the body, tiger leg, tricep down, back up. And last time, really focus on keeping the triceps in tight, and then curl up. Great work. Come into a child's pose to recover, extending arms out, dropping forehead to mat. And breathe into the belly. Let the breath in and out of the nose stabilize. Samavriti pranayama, equal parts breathing. Relax, recover. Now come up, tucking the toes into a downward facing dog, arguably the hardest working asana in the 21st century. Down dog. Shake the head out a few times, just shaking the head. And then nod the head, yes and no, just move the head, put a smile on your face. And then here, we're just gonna bicycle the feet out a couple times, lift the heel, replace it, lifting and replacing. You're welcome to stay here in downward dog, in the bicycling, or in the stable. But if you want the challenge a little extra, take your left hand across to the right leg and look underneath your arm. Put a smile on your face. Enjoy this extra hamstring challenge as well as a shoulder challenge. Really nice. And then plant the hand back where it was. Again, right hand now to the opposite leg. We're switching sides. And look through the window that your arm creates. Great work. Drop down to your knees and we'll come into Anahatasana, puppy pose. By taking your hands out farther from the body, keep your hips over your knees. So really hips over knees, arms walk out the arms and then drop the chest, maybe the chin or the forehead to the mat. Puppy pose gets into the back of the body, especially the area behind the heart. We really need to spend a lot more time on that thoracic spine area. We don't get the same amount of energy usually sent there. It's usually all attention to our neck, so our cervical spine, and to our lumbar, our lower back. It's the thoracic that can also carry a lot of tension. It's where our diaphragm and our lungs live and our heart. So important. So push back up. One more child's. Gentle extension of the arms. Drop the forehead to the mat. Breathe. Anahatasana, puppy pose can be really intense, of course. It feels dramatic for me, I promise. It's always good to recover after that kind of intense sensation. So now come back up, tuck the toes, downward dog. Maybe lift the heels and lower the heels. Lift and lower. And then however feels good, maybe work to getting the right foot in between the hands in this lunge position. And here in lunge, plant your left hand, right arm to the sky. This nice side extension, nice twist. So right arm to the sky. With the right arm here to the sky, look up, gaze upwards. Then plant the right hand to frame that foot. Drop the back knee and extend. Walk the hands back, extending that front foot. With this extension, it's called half splits. I like to keep my fingers nice and active. And then come back forward, untuck the toes, and then we'll come up into this nice crescent lunge, low lunge though. Hands come up, gaze goes up, and maybe even the hands drop behind the head, and we arch back just a little bit more. Just gentle, nothing intense. Then exhale the hands to the mat, shift the weight back over the foot. Beautiful work. Kind of lower the chest closer to the thigh, flex the foot, definitely a straight leg here. And then weight comes forward. But instead of lunging, we'll take that front foot out away from us, just a couple little shifts of the foot. So a little closer to the edge. We'll reach back with our right hand to catch our left foot. It is challenging to catch the foot, very normal, but try to shift the weight back so that you can grab a hold of it and then shift the weight back forward. And then if you feel comfortable shifting the weight forward, then kind of come to open the chest towards that front knee. And then look behind you. It's called cat catching its own tail. I think it's a really nice pose name. Keep your breath nice and even. And release. And then take that front foot, remove it back behind you, come up into a downward dog, tucking the toes, walking the feet in slightly, dropping the head, looking in between your legs, without any obsession, no obsession with straight legs or with the heels to the mat. A downward dog is beautifully achieved with even very bent legs.
I'm demonstrating that now. You can really bend your legs, lift your heels, drop the chest towards your thighs. It's amazing. I feel it so intensely in the back of my shoulders, through my arms, my spine. The straight legs doesn't make the asana better. There's no judgment. There's nowhere to get to. Be where you are. And now take the left leg forward in between the hands. And we'll do that side twist. Nice side extension, right hand planted, left arm to the sky. Everything is strong. I feel it really nicely in my pelvis and that front area of my hip. And drop that front hand to frame the foot, bend the back knee, shift the weight backwards for that half splits. Tent your fingers, flex your toes, and then shift the weight forward, coming up, untucking the toes into this low lunge, hands meet overhead. My gaze goes to the sky. Then relax, exhale, shift the weight back over the front leg, extended, toes pointed. One more lunge, coming back up. Let the hands connect, gaze goes up. Drop the hands, maybe if you want, behind the head for a slight arching backwards. Definitely intensifies. And then come back. Last time, half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. And we'll come forward again for cat catching its own tail. Let that front foot move gently towards the outside of the mat. And then we're going to catch our own foot with our hand. So opposite hand, my left hand goes back for that back foot. Then maybe I shift my weight back forward and open my chest. Open my heart to the side of the room, looking back and up, really enjoying this intense stretch on the front, on my right quadricep. It's very intense. And then release, let go, let both legs come behind you. Great work. And we're going to lower onto our bellies. It'll feel great for flapping fish pose. Matsya Kritasana, really relaxing. So bend your right knee and then have your right elbow come pretty close to that knee. So it just looks like this, really relaxing. Right elbow is close to right knee. My hands are cradled by my face, just resting on the little pillow my hands make. You should feel just a nice relaxation through the hips, which we have challenged a lot today in that hip area, as well as a nice relaxation for our spines. I invite you, if you want, to close your eyes and really melt, really feel very heavy, really held by the mat and by the earth. And we'll switch sides by releasing, coming back to neutral, and then bending the left knee so it goes closer towards our hip. My left elbow gets close to that left knee, and my hands are making pillows for my face to relax on. And we'll be here for another maybe 5 breaths together. Maybe flutter your eyes closed. Sink and feel heavy. Know that everything will be okay. There's nowhere to be right now other than right where you are. Great work. Come back to center, and we'll do my favorite shoulder stretch by taking our right arm and extending it out straight. My left hand is kind of pushed in that tricep push-up type of position, so the elbow's up, the palm is close to my chest. With the right arm extended, I push using my hand, rolling over on top of my shoulder, and then I like to kind of let my left knee come up into the air with my foot then planted on the earth. If you notice nothing, if you feel, wow, I don't feel a stretch at all in my shoulder, you can always lift your left arm up in the air and make it go back towards your hands, your other hand. So your two hands can meet, they can hover, or of course you can just keep it supported. My fingers would be tented then in front of my chest. Deep shoulder stretch. Then we'll come back to center. It's really intense. No need to hold it forever. And we'll do the opposite side by the left arm going out nice and straight. The right arm close to the chest pushes the weight of the body over. If I can, I'll keep my head on the mat. I can tent my fingers close to my chest and just really marinate in the intense sensation through that shoulder. Try not to keep tension in the neck or the jaw. Notice if you feel tension in your jaw and release it with a little smile. That's all it takes to let it go. And then come back to center and then roll onto your backs into Shavasana. So everything goes nice and long. Maybe wiggle a little bit, maybe interlace your hands behind your head, cradling your head, rocking your head from side to side. Really lengthen the neck before placing it on the mat. Letting the hands come down to the side body, palms go up. I invite you to flutter your eyes closed and connect with your breath. Feel the points of contact to the mat, your heels, your calves, your thighs, your glutes, your back, your shoulders, your head, your arms, and your hands. Draw that attention one more time from the bottom of the body, from the feet. Draw it back upwards. Just imagining you can feel a little wave of the ocean coming through your feet of white light, healing, calm energy, just like a wave. It starts at the bottom and rushes up slowly towards your knees, your thighs, your hips, your back, your abdomen, your chest, shoulders, neck, and head. Just enjoy feeling really comforted, really calm, and really safe. Now gently just wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, or waking the body back up. Stretch in a good morning stretch, any way you want, any way that feels good. Now roll onto the side of your body, giving yourself a little hug, cradling yourself, keeping the eyes closed, staying inward, expressing gratitude for taking the time to do this today. And push up into a comfortable seated position. anything that feels right. Try to keep the eyes closed still, staying inward. Let the hands float up to the heart. And we'll bow together, eyes closed, bowing and say, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be happy. And may all beings be led on the right path, free of suffering and free of sorrow. We'll gently straighten our spines. Let our hands drift in prayer, eyes closed, hands drift up in prayer to our foreheads, connecting to our third eye chakra, place of intuition. We ask for and invite in positive thoughts. Let the hands drift lower over the mouth and throat, our Vishuddhi chakra, our throat chakra, as we ask for and invite in positive words. And then the hands drift back to the heart, heart chakra. And we are going to ask for and invite in positive actions and positive intentions. We'll close class together, bowing and saying namaste. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's been a joy to be with you and to do this rise and shine practice together. I'm going to hit the end class so we can say hello to each other. I'll be able to hear you. You just have to click the button.